2017 Carolina Crown Color Guard. I am 20 years old, I am from Seattle, Washington, and I have marched 3 winters with Oregon Crusaders Independent and 1 summer with them. My greatest strength that I bring is I am extremely positive. I like to keep people going even when it's like 100+ degrees on a turf field.
I'm Katie Hill and I'm a part of the Carolina Crown 2017 Color Guard. I am 20 years old. I am from Lexington, South Carolina. I've marched with my high school, Lexington High School, and then I've marched A2 Winter Guard for 2 years, and I've marched Crown 2016 for 1 year.
I think one of my greatest strengths that I bring to the team is being able to communicate with everyone, not just like a specific group of people.
Hi, I'm Omari and I'm a part of the 2017 Carolina Crown Color Guard. I'm 19 years old. This is my 2nd year here with the Carolina Crown.
Drum Corps is a place where you can come to push your limits. It's also a place that's really difficult but really rewarding at the same time.
I put it in a 3-step process. D as in dance, C as in commitment, and I as entertainment. I know that starts with an E.
I completely forgot like 8 counts of both the flag and the dance part, and they had me stay behind while the rest of my group left and made me do it over and over again in front of them. And so when it came time for us to get called for a contract, I wasn't expecting anything because I had completely messed up my audition. But it turns out that they wanted me for an alternate position, which was good so I could grow and become a better person.
Everyone was getting their contracts. Like, he was like, you have a 1 and you have a 1 and Reggie got a 1 and all these people were getting 1s. And then he goes, all right, Jack and Omari, come out here and do this piece. And we were like looking at each other like, this is our chance. Like, we're about to get a 1. Like, we're gonna get our contract today. And then he made us do the piece and didn't say anything. He just said, thank you. And then made us go sit back of the day, the very end of the camp. Joey pulls us in when he brings everybody in. He goes, you 2 have 1s, don't worry about it.
I wasn't able to attend like the whole November camp because I had rehearsal for A2. We come in the room with everyone in there, and Joey, our caption head, was like, here, vets, go and do the work. Katie, are you ready? And I was like, I haven't done it with music yet, but sure. And I did it, and he was like, Katie, I'm gonna give you a 1. And I was like, okay, cool, thank you. And he was like, do you know what that means? And I was like, I got a 1, 1s are good. And he was like, I'm gonna give you a contract right here. And I was like, oh my gosh. On Sunday after the camp when I got home, I was incredibly sore. I had to take 3 ibuprofen, tons of water, stretch before I went to bed because it just hurt.
My arms would feel like noodles. I felt like spaghetti. First day it would be like, oh wow, like this is new. And then the second day you like wake up and you're like, this hurts. And then the 3rd day you're just like, I have to push through this because this is the last day for auditions and I can't like mess up, and my body is crying and telling me that I hate you. So getting back into drum corps is very, very hard.
It was a cool experience to see no matter where you come from in the color guard world, like we can all come together and just spin, be happy.
The hardest part about spring training was probably the toll it took on my body. I was sore every night. I had to take ibuprofen. I started getting knots in my legs, and it was really hard to keep pushing.
The hardest part of spring training was probably the beginning. Oh no, scratch that. The hardest part of spring training was when we decided that we were gonna run every morning, because I am not a runner and I can dance my way through a football field, but I cannot run half a mile to save my butt.
Hitting your wall at drum corps is like being stuck mentally, not being able to get out of this rut that you have gotten yourself into. Either things are getting tough physically, they're definitely tough mentally, and it's just very overwhelming. Everyone always makes it past the wall, except at 15 when I hit my wall and I left.
So for me, hitting a wall is you feel helpless and you can't break out of it. Like you're trapped in this little box and you're like screaming to get out, but no one can hear you. And then finally, like someone just like rips open the lid and lets you out.
Another wall I hit was Texas, because, you know, good old Texas. It was hot. I kept hitting my finger in the same spot. My tosses were getting worse. I didn't feel like I was getting better. And I was just hitting a really huge huge wall because everything is just bigger in Texas. It was tough.
Injuries. I dislocated my ankle. The way that happened was we were in our show. We have a little trick where this big old piece of wood, this plank, comes around and people jump over it while tossing, or they duck under it when tossing. And our lovely videographer here decided to toss, and then she jumped and stepped on the plank and it knocked it out of their hands, but they kept going. And I'm supposed to duck under the plank after she tosses. And it came down at my ankles and knocked it out and dislocated it. And I was not having it, but we were only in the beginning of the show, so I couldn't stop. I had to keep going. And at the end, I was very, very, very sad and very upset because I thought I broke my ankle and I thought they were about to send me home. Last year in Arkansas, we were in this field house and I busted myself in the face. And it was a through and through. Like, I hit it and it went through the other side. And everybody was like, what's wrong with Omari? And I turned around and there's blood all over the floor. And everybody's crying and like, no one was crying. I was crying, let's be honest.
I've had many injuries this year. My first one was muscle in my back was spasming, so it was constantly tense. And so I had to get the trainers to get the tension out, and it was awful. And then I also had a lot of knee injuries. My knees would hurt really bad because I've had knots in my legs, and so I would have to roll the knots out, and that was incredibly painful. And then I currently have an ankle strain, and so I have to constantly get it taped to make sure that it doesn't move so much and that it is okay to constantly work on it 24 hours a day. Last year I had an awful injury where my back caused pain to go into my leg and I couldn't walk, and it got to the point where I had to sit out a lot of the time, and I went to many different doctors to try to figure out what happened. It sucked sitting on the sideline watching all my friends do the show, but I was getting better, which was nice, and I ended up going to physical therapy for it, but they never like truly found out exactly what was causing such pain in my back, but it's all better now.
As far as injuries go, last summer I hurt my back during a lift that was done improperly, which was a misjudgment on our administrative staff, and I was out for 2 weeks because of it. And ever since then, it's been difficult for me to lift heavy objects for long periods of time, which is kind of an issue when we have to unload flag bags.
Mentally, these injuries would beat me down. So I was like, drum corps hard enough, and things are just not working out right, and now my foot hurts, and this is happening, and I'm exhausted, and it just would put me in a really bad place.
It was pretty hard when I got hurt because the first couple days were okay because I thought it was just gonna go away, but the longer it went on, it wasn't healing. And then when it finally started to heal, I was standing up on the bus and the bus driver slammed on the brakes because she didn't notice that someone had run in front of her, and it thrusted me forward, re-injuring it worse than it already was. So that was like an extra blow of like, I'm not gonna get back in because I'm in so much pain. And there'd be nights on the bus ride when I would literally be crying in my sleep, and my bus partner would have to wake me up because she couldn't sleep because I would be crying. I was in so much pain. And it definitely makes you feel lesser than everyone else because you can't do everything. But just the support that was ongoing throughout the whole summer from everyone really kind of saved me.
The injuries never seem like too much that I can't go on, just like last year it was, but they do make life so much more difficult, especially like when my knees hurt and then my legs give out.
There was a time when I thought I should have gone home because when the 2-week mark hit of me not doing anything, like not stretching, not doing any block, anything, I thought that everyone was working so much harder than I was and that I didn't deserve to be there because I'd been sitting out all this time.
When I was in pain, the one thing that kept me going was the people. Like, drum corps is really hard, but the people definitely make it much better. They make it worth it.
The passion that I have to want to show what I love to other people kept me going. So you can't really stop something that your heart wants really bad.
When I am in pain and I'm dying, all I think about is the food truck, or when we're gonna eat. And I think about beautiful Gatorade that we're about to have, or if it's a show day, the sweet tea I'm gonna get, and how much I'm gonna drink of it. Food is my biggest motivation for injuries.
Was the season worth it? Yeah. This season was definitely worth it. It had a lot of ups and downs, and it was a struggle because, you know, the new staff and everything. But change is good, and I think I grew so much as a performer and a person in general. It was really, it was a great experience.
Yeah, the season was definitely worth it. Through all the ups and downs that we have, you're never gonna find anything like drum corps. You're never gonna find anything like this specific group of people in this one place and how you connect and the stories you share. And each person here adds a special element that wouldn't be there if that person wasn't there. So I feel like I'm part of something special, and I know that I'm gonna remember it for the rest of my life. I feel like I made a really good decision. I personally feel like I've achieved greatness because I never thought I would be here. I never thought I would be able to reach for something so beyond anything I've ever known and be a part of something special that I get to create and show off to people. I feel like I had to give up, well, obviously my entire summer, but I rarely get to see my friends and family back home since I started college. I am like constantly away from them, and then summer is the really only time we can reconnect, but here I am once again taking time away from them.
I feel I am pretty close. I don't think I'll fully get to greatness because I don't really think that being perfect or like achieving like greatness is like achievable, but you can get very close. I think to achieving greatness, you have to give up two things. You have to give up a little bit of yourself and a little bit of yourself and a little bit of your time.
I feel like I've achieved my own kind of greatness. I've overcome so many of my own little obstacles that are huge for me, and they might be tiny to someone else. And so, yeah, I feel like I've achieved a lot of greatness this season.